So inset bevel is a very strange one to discuss. Basically, we want to bevel inside of Boxcutter, but Boxcutter is a cutter, so that means we have to bevel using a cutter. So we have to be creative with how we bevel using Boxcutter. So inset bevel is actually our second attempt at beveling inside of Boxcutter, with our first attempt not making it yet to market. We'll press SX2 to scale this out, and I'll press Control A to apply to scale, but really, why are we applying to scale? I'm going to just Alt W to start Boxcutter, and we're just going to draw an inset as you're used to, and we can drag the box for bevel, and we can also drag the box for inset, and we see that now we're performing what's called an inset bevel. But because I did not check the button for apply scale, scale was unapplied. So let's try it again. There's a reason that apply scale is on by default, but for me, when I'm testing, I like to have it off just to make sure that the issues I'm facing are not caused by scale being applied and giving me what I call serendipity, which is just everything working out nicely. So we see that when we're in inset, there's this new spiky dot. The spiky dot allows you to grab it and basically bevel, and we see that when we bring it all the way in, it brings us something rounded, and basically that's all there is to it. We'll press H in order to see what we're doing. And of course, everything's still live, so we're able to make adjustments, but basically we're now able to perform rounded bevels on shapes whenever it comes to inset. So it is a very experimental technique. In fact, there's a good chance it will more than likely not work in more complex cases because it is very experimental. I was quite against the idea of actually adding inset bevel to Boxcutter because I wasn't sure how the product tree would go for it, how it would improve in the future and become a more suitable feature. In fact, here we see that somehow we messed up our shading. So let's see what did it. And if we put an double exclamation point on the way to normal, we are good to go. Every now and then we have to take a quick look at the modifier stack and evaluate what's going on because shading is just so variable now. But just want to let you know that there is a new feature now called Inset Bevel, and all it requires is that we'll Shift V, choose nearest edge, we'll press I, press T, and this mesh has already been through a bit. So Bevel is already a bit nervous to deal with because, as you know, Bevel clones the mesh. So if we're cloning the mesh and that mesh isn't working out, then it can get problematic. And I'm glad that this actually happened because it gives me a moment to talk more about inset on a technical level, which is boring, I know, but also necessary. So let's look at this cutter. We're taking this into local mode. This is our cutter for inset. And why can't this cutter be thicker? Why can't we make it thicker? You know, we try to go thicker and we see that it begins popping very weirdly. So the function of inset is doing its job. The mesh that we're giving it isn't really holding up its end of the bargain. It's trying its best, but it really isn't getting very far. So let's try applying just a couple of modifiers just to see if we can help it out. And to make this work, to truly make this work, is going to take a bit of work. And by a bit of work, I mean, me personally, I would just start applying modifiers very hard. Where is the modifier I'm looking for? That one. So we just want to just grab this inside face and we will manually push it down. And we will grab these faces and Alt S push them inwards. And this is the type of level of control that we need with inset. We need to be able to control inset on the second level. So I'm discussing it in this video, coming to a feature near you sometime, intimate bevel control. But usually I get in and I mess with these things manually to try to figure out exactly how it would work on the back end. So when I'm doing these technical explanations like this, that there's something to talk about, because I can't just say, oh, the coder made it do this and that's how it works, because when you break it, I won't know what happened and how it broke. So it's important to have some sort of mechanical way to get in and deal with these things. I apologize for talking so long. I'll move on to the next section.